Hello all, today we are going to make a maze game in code.org. This is the part 1 of this video and this is how our maze game will look when we finished it. Now let's start. First let's go to code.org. And then sign in. After you sign in, click on create and then game lab. This is the workspace that we're going to do our game in. So first let's start by dragging our draw sprites command and put it in the function draw so we can display our sprites. Now in this video we are going to create our maze lines or lines in our maze. So first let's go to sprites. Let's drag this first command and put it here. Now I'm going to name it wall1 equal to create sprite. I'm going to put its x coordinate as 200, y coordinate as 5, width as 400 and then height as 10. If I run it, we have a line here. Now let's create our remaining lines. I'm going to put wall2 equal to create sprite and I put this x coordinate as 200, y coordinate as 395, width as 400 and then height as 10. If I reset and run it, we have our other line here. So now I'm going to create my wall 3. To create sprite, I'm going to put its x coordinate as 5, y coordinate as 200, width as 10 and then height as 400. If I reset and run it, we have our vertical line here. Now let's create another vertical line. So let's drag this first command and put it here. Now I'm going to put wall4 equal to create sprite. I'll put its x coordinate as 395, y coordinate as 200, width as 10 and then height as 400. And now we have created our 4 lines. Now let's create our remaining lines. So let's drag this first command and put it here. Now I'm going to name it wall5 equal to create sprite. I'm going to put its x coordinate as 50, y coordinate as 250 and then width as 10 and then height as 300. 300. If I reset and run it, I have my another line here or line inside our maze. Now I'm going to create my other line. So I'm going to name it as wall 6 equal to create sprite. I'm going to put its x coordinate as 100, y coordinate as 50 and I'm going to put its width as 100 and then height as 10. Now we have our other line here. Now I'm going to create my wall 7. Wall 7 equal to create sprite. I'm going to put its x coordinate as 75, y coordinate as 100, width as 60 and then height as 100. 60 and then height as 100 over 10. Now I create my other line. I'm going to put its x coordinate as 100, y coordinate as 175 and then width as 10, height as 160. If I reset and run it, we have our other line here. Now let's create a wall 9. I'm going to put wall 9 equal to create sprite. I'm going to put its x coordinate as 150, y coordinate as 125 and width as 10, height as 160. 10 and then 160. If I reset and run it, we have our other line here. Now let's create our wall 10. Now let's put wall 10 equal to create sprite. I'm going to put its x coordinate as 100, y coordinate as 350, width as 10, then height as 110. 110 as the height. If I reset our internet, we have our other line here. Now let's create our wall 11. So I'm going to name it as wall 11. Now I'll put this x coordinate as 150, y coordinate as 350, and I'm going to put its width as 160, height as 10. If I reset and run it, we have our other line here. Now I'll just make our x width as 110. Now let's create a wall 12. So wall 12 will create sprite, and I will put 175 as the x coordinate, 250 as its y coordinate, and then 160 as its width, and then 10 as its height. If I reset and run it, we have another line here. Now let's create a wall 13. Now I'm going to put our wall 13 x coordinate as 150. I'm going to put its y coordinate as 275. I'm going to put its width as 10, and then height as 60. If I reset and run it, we have our other line here. Now let's create our wall 14. I'm going to name it wall 14. I'm going to put its x coordinate as 200, y coordinate as 375, width as 10, height as 60. If I reset and run it, we have our other line here. Now let's create our wall 15. And scroll down a little. I will name it as wall 15. Let's set its x coordinate as 250, y coordinate as 350, and I'll put its width as 10, height as 110. Now let's create our wall 16. So I'm going to put wall 16 equal to create sprite, and I will put its x coordinate as 200, y coordinate as 200, and then height as 100, width as 110, height as 10. Now we have another line here. Now let's create our wall 17. Wall 17. I'll put its x coordinate as 300, y coordinate as 300, and then I'll put its width as 110, and then height as 10. If I reset and run it, we have a line here. Now let's create a wall 18. So name it as wall 18. Equal to create sprite. I'll put its x coordinate as 350, y coordinate as 350, and I'll put its width as 110, height as 10. Now let's create our wall 19. Wall 19, I'm going to put wall 96 coordinate as 350, y coordinate as 175, width as 10, and then height as 260. 260. If I reset and run it, we have another line here. Now let's create a wall 20 equal to create sprite. Now we'll put its x coordinate as 250, y coordinate as 250, y coordinate as 165, width as 10, and then height as 75. If I reset and run it, we have another line here. Now let's create our wall 21. Wall 21 equal to create sprite. We'll put its x coordinate as 250, y coordinate as 125, and then width as 110, height as 10. If I reset and run it, we have other line here. Now let's create our wall 22. Wall 22. Now I will put its x coordinate as 200, y coordinate as 65, width as 100, 10, width as 10, and then height as 350. 130. Okay, 130. Let's run it. We have a line here. Now let's create our last line. Wall 22. Wall 23. So wall 23. It will create sprite. I'm going to put x coordinate as 300, y coordinate as 50, width as 110, height as 10. If I reset and run it, we have created our maze. So this is all for this video, guys. Let's meet in the next video. Bye.